Will the minister outline to the House how the government has been working to honour our veterans in this centenary of Anzac year, including in my electorate of Robertson, and particularly ahead of Remembrance Day on Wednesday?
The minister has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Let me thank the member for Robertson for her question and note the 2,600 veterans and the family she has, and thank you for her work in representing them. There is a serious point, though, to this week in terms of Remembrance Day, and I know people from right across this country, including this House, will pause this Wednesday at 11 o'clock, symbolising when the guns went silent on the Western Front at 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th month. And it is a serious time for us to stop and reflect. It's 100 years since the centenary of Anzac, 100 years since the Anzac Corps was established, and of course many would go out fighting Gallipoli, many more onto the Western Front. For the next 4 years there will be a range of commemoration activities right across the country, and the government will continue to progressively roll out those activities overseas. And for those interested, they can go to centenary or anzaccentenary.gov.au to see the domestic agenda for what's happening in terms of commemoration. But as all members know, the heart and soul of commemoration in this country at Anzac Day and Remembrance Day is what happens in electorates and what happens in communities. And which is wonderful why the centenary of Anzac local grants, which has been a bipartisan program, over 1,600 different grants across 150 electorates, have been used so exceptionally well. And I note that over 8 different grants have been used in the member for Robertson's electorate. And as many of our communities gather together, I note in the member for Robertson's electorate there will be gatherings at Woy Woy, at the Edelong Hardies Bay RSL sub-branch, at the Gosford RSL sub-branch, the Terrigal Womberal RSL sub-branch, the Vietnam Veterans, Peacekeepers and Peacemakers Association Gosford City sub-branch, and the Davison Club RSL sub-branch. People at those sub-branches will genuinely gather, as many of those will from across both aisles, to remember what's happening. It's also pleasing to see the Saluting Their Service grants up to $4,000 is available for local communities for all of the electorates here. And within the member for Robertson's electorate, the Davidson Club RSL sub-branch will receive $7,000 for 2 projects, upgrading their war memorial surrounds and the purchase of 4 plaques for their memorial wall. Likewise, the Ocean Beach Surf Lifesaving Club in the members' electorate will receive $4,000 to construct a community memorial at the club in New Minor. And lastly, of course, the Radar Air Defence Branch, a RAF association, will receive $600 for a commemorative banner. So I thank the member for her advocacy for those projects, and may I encourage all of us this Wednesday just to pause, to remember those who've gone before, remember those who've fought for our country, remember those who've paid the ultimate price, and remember that freedom isn't free.